Friday. Just finished good old leg day. It's cold AF out here. Just been a little bit too susceptible to the pleasure-seeking mentality, overconsumption of media, really being apparent to me right now. Yeah, I'm just in this feeling right now of like I really need to fucking turn my life around again, So I'm just asking myself, how did I get off track again, It's not to say the entire life is off track. There are a lot of things that are well above average, and obviously you look at your life as a long term, zoomed out. Obviously you're further than where you were a long time ago, hopefully, right? In terms of self-development, spiritual progress, whatever measure you want to take. But still these dips are fucking getting to me again, So I'm trying to look, where did I slip off? Where did I slip up? And I pinpointed kind of two things. One is, this question of what am I hiding from, Why do I go back to this kind of pleasure-seeking state, For one, it's treating myself to nice circumstances, comfortable things, treating myself to a sleep in or, it could just be a hot shower. Nothing wrong with that, obviously, but there's value basically in enforcing discomfort upon yourself because it keeps you sharp, mentally sharp, So yeah, like watching some YouTube in bed, for example, it's like dessert, it's like mental dessert. Not to mention, candy and desserts and sweet foods, and the list goes on. I'll let you extrapolate from there. But so that's one thing. So what am I hiding from? I haven't done a long meditation today to look into that, but if I were just to briefly look, I would probably say I'm hiding from my own potential, or my own potential, who I could become if I were to change, and maybe hiding from the responsibilities that come with that. Obviously, it's mentally painful to have to change. But then the whole kind of second category I wanted to talk about was I forgot about going beyond myself, going beyond the self, and just recognizing again, just slipping into general selfish tendencies, and just forgetting that selflessness is such a key to just progression in general, whatever sphere of life you want to look at, spiritually or otherwise, professionally, etc. Doing things for others is the key. But we can just look at self-development as for an example, but just anything, like why do I want to, am I waking up right now and like being excited about my day? No, I've lost that recently. Like I'm not stoked to get up and like get after it, and I can't let that go on for too long, because it just slips into a depressive state, and it's just totally selfish, actually. But it's not even the selfishness which is the reason that I shouldn't do it. I mean, it's just life is too short to live in a state like that, and I told myself a long time ago I'd never let myself be there again, so I have to pull myself out of that by any means necessary. So let's just look at some options of who to live for, what to live for, something beyond yourself. God is obviously one thing, but, you know, not having necessarily a personal contact with God makes it trickier, right? So that's why we use deity worship, for example, to help generate that personal connection. That's also why we have the guru, because that's an actual living human person that we can connect to, so we can live for that cause, for God. But perhaps even more tangible is just to live for our people or our family, whether that be your actual family or your spiritual family, your homies, to use them as a motivation for you to get out of bed and advance. The idea that if I'm on this path to perfecting myself, that's actually going to be inspiring to them. Like that idea helps me want to wake up and do my shit, to a very high level. If it's going to influence my people, the people that are close to me, to be more positive and to do better, then why the fuck not? If I'm capable of doing it, let's fucking get it, right? So that's kind of one thing I also had been forgetting these days, I've been forgetting about the other fucking people, just been thinking about myself. And when you do that, things just get so much more limited. My capabilities are more limited. My willpower is more limited. My willpower to do anything is more limited. But if it's for the sake of others, it unleashes another level of inner resources that you can pull from. Just take any father or mother, for example, who has a child and wants to, needs to care for them. They're going to do what they have to do to make that happen, even if they're pushing themselves past their own perceived limits, right? It's just a natural thing. So let's use that principle to advance ourselves, not only for our sake, but for the sake of the greater good.